In the bustling city of Kano, Nigeria, there was a rich man named Alhaji Musa. He was known far and wide for his immense wealth, which he had earned through hard work and smart business deals. Alhaji Musa owned many businesses, from large farms to big factories. People in the city respected him and often sought his help for their problems. However, despite all his wealth, Alhaji Musa was not happy. He felt empty and lonely. His big mansion, with its many rooms and shiny decorations, felt cold and lifeless. His wife, Hajiya Fatima, had passed away many years ago, and his children lived far away in big cities, busy with their own lives. Alhaji Musa missed the warmth and laughter of family. One day, as Alhaji Musa was walking through the bustling market of Sabangari, he heard the sweet sound of children laughing. He followed the sound and found a group of children playing a game with stones. They were so happy and carefree, even though their clothes were old and worn out. Alhaji Musa watched them with a smile, remembering his own childhood days in his village, playing similar games with his friends. Suddenly, an idea struck him. What if he could bring joy to these children and many others like them? What if he could use his wealth to make a difference in their lives? Without thinking twice, Alhaji Musa approached the children and asked them where they lived. They pointed to a nearby neighborhood filled with small, run-down houses. The next day, Alhaji Musa visited the neighborhood. He saw families struggling with poverty, children unable to go to school, and many people without proper healthcare. His heart ached for them, and he decided he would help. He started by building a big, beautiful school where children could learn and play. He hired the best teachers and provided books, uniforms, and meals for free. But Alhaji Musa didn't stop there. He also built a hospital with modern equipment and skilled doctors to take care of the sick. He created job opportunities for the parents by setting up small businesses and training centers. The neighborhood began to transform, and the people's lives improved. Despite all these good deeds, some people began to call Alhaji Musa the Billionaire Madman. They couldn't understand why a wealthy man would spend so much money on others instead of enjoying his riches. But Alhaji Musa didn't mind. He knew he was doing the right thing. One day, a little girl named Amina came up to Alhaji Musa. She held a beautiful hand-woven mat in her tiny hands and shyly presented it to him. "Thank you, Alhaji Musa," she said, her eyes shining with gratitude. "This is for you." Alhaji Musa took the mat and felt tears well up in his eyes. He had received many expensive gifts in his life, but none had touched him like this simple mat. He knelt down and hugged Amina. "Thank you, Amina. This is the best gift I have ever received." From that day on, Alhaji Musa spent even more time with the people in the neighborhood. He listened to their stories, shared their joys and sorrows, and found a new family among them. The laughter and warmth he had missed for so long filled his life once again. Years passed, and Alhaji Musa grew old. But he was happy. The neighborhood he had helped had become a vibrant community. The children he had once watched playing with stones were now doctors, teachers, and business owners. They often visited him and shared their successes, always thanking him for his kindness and generosity. One quiet evening, as Alhaji Musa sat on his porch watching the sunset, he felt a deep sense of peace. He realized that true wealth was not in the money he had accumulated but in the love and happiness he had brought into others' lives. And so, the billionaire madman found his true riches, not in his vast fortune, but in the hearts of the people he had touched. And in the city of Kano, the story of Alhaji Musa, the billionaire madman, lived on, teaching generations to come that kindness, generosity, and love are the greatest treasures of all. One day, a young journalist named Umar, who had heard about Alhaji Musa's remarkable transformation, decided to write an article about him. Umar was curious to understand why a billionaire would choose to live such a simple life, giving away his wealth. He visited Al-Haji Musa and asked, "Why do you do this? Why give away everything?" Al-Haji Musa smiled warmly and said, "When I was a young boy, I lived in a small village. My family was poor, but we were happy because we had each other. My mother always told me, true wealth is in the happiness of those around you. I lost sight of that lesson for many years, but now I understand. Helping others brings me more joy than any amount of money ever could." Umar was deeply moved by Al-Haji Musa's words and wrote a heartfelt article about him. The story spread far and wide, inspiring many people. Donations and volunteers poured in from all over Nigeria and even other countries, wanting to support Al-Haji Musa's projects. With the extra help, Al-Haji Musa expanded his efforts. He built more schools, hospitals, and training centers in other parts of Kano and beyond. He started programs to help farmers with better tools and techniques, ensuring that families could grow enough food to eat and sell. He set up clean water projects, bringing fresh, safe water to villages that had never had it before. And so, the story of Al-Haji Musa, the billionaire madman, became a legend in Kano. His name was spoken with reverence, and his life was a shining example of how one person's kindness can change the world. His story was told to children for generations, reminding them that true wealth is measured by the love and happiness we give to others. And the people of Kano, inspired by Al-Haji Musa's life, continued to build a community based on generosity, love, and kindness. His spirit lived on in the hearts of everyone he had touched, proving that the greatest treasures are indeed found in the joy and well-being of those around us.